News, a reminder to join us tonight for President Trump's joint address to Congress. We get underway with our coverage at 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for watching. I'm Lester Holt. Please take care of yourself and each other. Good night.
NBC's Wednesday primetime lineup comes into focus with Vision Express. Fast, fashionable, focused.
KUAM TV, first on Guam. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvil's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com. Cars Plus starts something new sales event going on now with up to 20% off on Jeep Gladiators. Get to Cars Plus today. And McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
An update tonight into the meth investigation involving employees at the Office of the Attorney General. Nick Delgado has the latest coming up. Plus, President Trump with a packed agenda, his speech outlining the work done in his first few weeks back in the White House.
It's Ash Wednesday. Today marks the beginning of Lent, and this year many are praying for the Pope's recovery as he suffers from another setback. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with the story coming up.
And to my fellow citizens, America is back. 6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started.
Hafides and buenas noches, bienvenido para KUAM News Primetime. Gualhusi Destiny Cruz Lingus. Nick Delgado is on special assignment. And just into the KUAM newsroom, Governor seeks special prosecutor to investigate and prosecute Attorney General Doug Moylan for over 70 instances of hiring and promotion of violations, including what she calls the illegal hire of brother and promotion of fiance. Head to KUAM.com for the full story now. Now we'll get to our coverage of the presidential address in a moment, but first we begin with an update to the meth investigation and the drug test conducted on employees at the Office of the Attorney General. Nick Delgado reports.
Attorney General Doug Moylan says he is cleaning house.
I inherited a law firm that was broken. This office was in shambles. It did not follow the normal private practice that I've been 33 decades.
The AG receiving the drug test results sent to an off-island lab last month. 3 employees who tested positive and 1 who refused to get tested now each face losing their jobs.
We're moving forward to terminate.
It was in early February. A small amount of meth was found inside the conference room located on the 9th floor of their ITC office space in Tamuning. This resulted in all employees on that floor getting tested.
It was unacceptable, and this AG will not stand by with having meth addicts, people that break the law. Essentially, it's not the fact that you're taking it. It's the fact that everything that is associated with the meth industry on Guam deals with injury, death, destruction.
AG Moylan says the 4 employees now under the microscope are being allowed due process before being let go.
It's too dangerous to allow a drug addict in our midst.
He adds they have all the evidence needed to take adverse action. Still, investigators have yet to crack down on who owned the meth found in their office.
I'm not going to go into the specifics of it, but there's meth in some of those tests.
Some of them, okay.
Yeah.
And still no word on who might have owned the meth found in the conference room. But we are going to test everyone now across the attorney.
That is where I'm moving towards.
Okay.
Because 3 in just the 9th floor that were determined. We have different offices within the AG's office, different divisions. the ones that were tested were immediately accessible to that conference room that was open to the public as well. So for all we know, there's no connection between those that tested positive and the meth that was found there.
The names of the 4 employees have not been released. Nick Delgado, KUAM News.
And in a fiery speech to both chambers of Congress tonight, President Trump called out his critics, many pushing back. One lawmaker removed from the House chamber during the address, the president describing the first 43 days of his second term as the most successful in history, touting what he called early wins and promising more change. Jay Gray is on Capitol Hill with a closer look at what was a contentious night.
President Trump walks into the House chamber with a raised fist, beginning his address with a bold declaration.
America is back.
He describes his return to the Oval Office as a mandate.
From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action.
That met with loud protests from Democrats.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions.
Texas Representative Al Green refusing to sit down and ultimately led out of the Capitol. Democratic lawmakers holding signs wearing pink jackets in yellow and blue in support of Ukraine. Many sitting with recently fired federal employees as the president celebrates his initiative to slash the cost, size, and scope of the federal government, recognizing billionaire Elon Musk for his role in the widespread cuts that cost many their jobs.
And I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
He defends 25% tariffs taking effect today on imports from Canada and Mexico and doubling the 10% tariff on goods from China, despite significant drops in the markets over the last 2 days amid concerns of a trade war and continuing inflation and price hikes.
Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance.
And he's asking for additional funding from Congress for border security and deportations, promising the lightning pace of change that's marked his return to the White House will continue. Now, the White House says that President Trump will not tour the country promoting the agenda he discussed tonight, like many presidents do after the address, and he did during his first term. Instead, advisors say he can be much more effective pushing for change from the Oval Office. Jay Gray, NBC News, Washington.
And Guam Delegate James Moylan attending the president's address today, the Republican Congressman speaking with KUAM moments after Trump's speech, providing his reaction.
Well, the president was as fired up as he's always been. And he got us all riled up, and it was quite exciting. I like what he had to say, and especially on how I could see this affecting positively for the island of Guam. One good example, we were talking about the borders, right? The president promised he's going to take care of the borders. What that means is there's going to be more money in to patrol the borders. They're also going to be, in addition to manpower, they're going to be building the wall too. So how does that come back to Guam? Well, we have our own borders too. This means more money for border patrols, more expansion on that. He's talking about America. He's just not talking about the southern states. He's talking about America all over. So I'm excited to hear of what he had to say on that part. And I know we can get additional funding for this as well. So it's good. We'll get some more money for Homeland Security. It's good. We can get some more jobs over here for Guam to protect our borders from the illegal folks coming on in by these small ships, by these small boats rather. And we want to make that change. So that's one good thing.
The congressman also highlighting the president's speech, including good opportunities that he feels will benefit the island. Well, as policies continue to evolve in Washington, Guam's leaders are remaining vigilant, bracing for potential changes while pushing to safeguard the island. KUAM speaking to Governor Lou Leon Guerrero fresh off of her visit to the nation's capital.
What is the biggest worry for Guam amid rapid changes from the Trump White House? That's the question KUAM posed to Governor Lou Leon Guerrero fresh off her visit to Washington, D.C.
My greatest fear is federal funds. My greatest fear is Medicaid, SNAP, child care. food assistance, Social Security. Those are programs that could be either decreased or eliminated.
It's a concern echoed by many Democrats, some of whom held signs reading Save Medicaid and Protect Veterans during the president's address to Congress today. Still, the Magahaga says she received some assurances from top federal officials.
The president, I saw him in an interview and also did say that Medicaid wasn't going to be touched. The veterans, the Secretary of Veterans Affairs that I had a discussion with assured me that the veterans' benefits are not going to be touched. And in fact, the Secretary of the Veterans Affairs reaffirmed that to me.
Beyond those commitments, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero says she's taking proactive steps to safeguard Guam's interests.
We passed through the National Governors Association a resolution that we are sending to the White House and to Congress, which is supported bipartisan resolution asking to protect Medicaid, Social Security, SNAP, programs, enhancing emergency procedures, protecting education. These are the federal priorities of all 50 states, of governors, and the U.S. territories. Yeah.
And while federal funding freezes remain an ongoing concern, the governor says she's closely monitoring the situation.
I have asked my government agencies directors who have these grants to do an assessment. How many people are employed by these federal monies? Who are eligible for all these federal grants? What is the impact going to be? And, you know, our finances are stable and they're strong, but I don't think that we can absorb whatever losses we are going to get, if there is, on federal monies.
This, as she adds, 26% of the island's revenue budget comes from federal grants, supporting critical agencies like public education and healthcare.
It's concerning. I am worried. It's very concerning. And we're monitoring it very closely. And I'm asking our congressman, who is the line of leadership to Congress, to protect our grants.
And Governor Lou Leon Guerrero is set to deliver her State of the Island address next week. It's her sixth address since being elected as the island's Magahaga. You may recall in 2024, the governor announced that the state of our island is strong and our future is bright. Her speech included talks of the proposed medical complex in Manilao, along with workforce development, economic diversification, and procuring reliable power, to name a few. The State of the Island address is scheduled for Wednesday, March 12th at 6 p.m. from the Guam Congress Building in Hagåtña. We'll be right back.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Hey, I got the job.
So I can go part-time.
Yes!
Some days bring new opportunities. First Hawaiian Bank can help you say yes to making the most of them. Manage your accounts, earn cash back, and when you need advice, we're here for you.
We should really get him into an art program.
No matter where your journeys take you, you can bank on the best. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
NBC's Wednesday primetime lineup comes into focus with Vision Express. Fast, fashionable, focused.
KUAM TV, first on Guam.
New year, new me. A year of possibilities starts now, and it all begins at Kmart. From health to home, we got everything you need to start fresh and thrive in the new year. Kickstart healthy habits with pantry essentials and nutritious options for your family. Keep your home sparkling with cleaning solutions designed to make life easier and fresher. Looking to crush your fitness goals? Find workout gear and activewear to get you moving. Need to revamp your style? Check out our newest apparel for the whole family. And for the heart of your home, discover appliances and home goods to make your life easier and more comfortable. Busy families, moms on the go, and everyone in between. Kmart is here for you. A fresh start is just one shopping trip away. Kmart. New year, new me, a year of possibilities. Find it all at Kmart.
Welcome back to Primetime. 4 teenagers are taken into custody accused for their parts in multiple vandalisms and a burglary reported in Barrigada. The teens range from ages 13 to 17. Among them is a 15-year-old who allegedly admitted to burglarizing Uggin's store. Officers getting a call of a disturbance on February 17th when police recognized one of the minors involved in the burglary caught on the store's video surveillance. This led them to the other teens allegedly involved in graffiti to the village library and nearby bus stops. GPD spokesperson Officer Berlin Savella noting several other incidents of vandalism in the area went unreported. The case has been forwarded to the Attorney General's office. Today marks the beginning of a 40-day period of praying, fasting, and giving. The Ash Wednesday, many across the world and here at home are praying for Pope Francis's recovery, who remains in the hospital in Rome. The Vatican says the Pope suffered from respiratory failure yesterday, but remains in stable condition. Mitsuki Hirayama has more.
The island's faithful crowding churches across the island this Ash Wednesday, marking the beginning of Lent, including at Santa Barbara Catholic Church. Delegate resident James Garrido explains what Lent means to him.
Like every year, I try to give up, of course, not eating rice and meat and all that stuff, but I think there's more to it by just being humble and asking everyone to pray every day, regardless whether it's Lent or not. And yes, make sacrifice, because our Lord Jesus did sacrifice for us. And that's my belief. That's why I'm here today.
Delegate resident Rose Taidagui says the 40-day period is about blessings. Her plans?
I haven't thought about it, but I plan to go to church often.
For Delegate resident Eddie Santos, Lent is a time of prayer, fasting, and reflection.
I really stopped giving up things, and then now I pray more, make more time for God, doing something better than, just giving up soda or candy, which do something to help the soul to get into heaven.
And this year, many are keeping Pope Francis in their prayers.
All we ask is that we pray for his healing so that the world can come to peace. Because of everything that's going on in the world nowadays, prayer is the only answer, not war.
I pray that he'll recover and a lot of prayers.
The Vatican says the Pope suffered from 2 episodes of acute respiratory failure Monday, but remains in stable condition Tuesday. The 88-year-old has been taken off non-invasive mechanical ventilation and is now only receiving supplemental nasal oxygen. He remains alert and cooperative with medical staff, though his prognosis is uncertain.
Our prayers are with the Holy Father, and we pray that he gets better.
The Pope has been hospitalized for more than 2 weeks as he battles double pneumonia. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Well, leadership at the Guam Memorial Hospital remained tight-lipped on a controversial audit released by the Office of Public Accountability. GMH Administrator Lillian Posadas only telling KUAM hospital leadership is reviewing the lengthy report and will issue a formal response after further discussions with executive staff. As KUAM reported, the public auditor released a critical audit on GMH's hiring and pay practices. Health Oversight Chair Senator Sabrina Salas Mantanani calling for immediate reforms after the OPA found that GMH lacked clear policies for contracting physicians. The audit covering fiscal years 2020 through 2023 revealed Guam's only public hospital paid 168 doctors, a total of $105.9 million. But with missing employment agreements, unapproved contracts, and gaps in documentation, Public Auditor Benjamin Cruz urged the hospital to comply with existing regulations until formal policies are in place. The Guam Power Authority is moving forward with a $34.5 million infrastructure project to strengthen Manila's energy grid and support the medical complex. The agency entering into an intergovernmental sub-grant agreement with the Guam Economic Development Authority. The project, funded by American Rescue Plan funds, will install an indoor substation, transmission underground lines, and underground dedicated feeder and backup tie-in. As reported, the Consolidated Commission on Utilities had concerns giving the green light, as Guam Attorney General says using ARP monies for the project is unlawful. But a statement from Adelup says agencies involved are represented by independent attorneys who disagree with AG Moylan's politically motivated claims of illegality. GPA is on a time crunch to spend the funds by December 31st, 2026, or they'll have to pay out of pocket. After 6 years with the current administration, the administrator of the Guam Economic Development Authority has resigned. Melanie Mendiola submitted her resignation to Adelup this week. Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, confirming the now former administrator, expressed she is seeking opportunity elsewhere.
Mel is a very hard worker. She has turned around GEDA. She's been with me for 6 years. She's brought in economic investments. She has made GEDA what it should be, and that is to expand development here, to make loans, to provide for small businesses, to provide for loans, for housing, and so forth. So GEDA is the lead for the hospital, but there are people who would step in just as capable as Mel.
No word yet what's next for Mendiola, the governor adding she does not have anyone in place to fill the role. Former Senator Regine Bisco Lee is officially the Guam Visitors Bureau's newest president and CEO. She accepted the board's offer on Tuesday. Lee telling KUAM, as someone who voluntarily left government to return to the private sector, I know what's at stake for thousands of working families and businesses that rely on tourism. We won't let them down. We have a great team at GVB. We know who we work for, and we are ready to get the job done. She will be making an annual salary of $146,400. Her first official day on the job is March 11th. When asked who she would decide to select as her vice president, Lee says, quote, "No comment just yet." Now for your world at home. Here's a view captured from the mini Statue of Liberty at Paseo in Hagåtña.
When I was younger, my calling was to play football. But as I grew older, I grew wiser. I realized life isn't about how many people you can knock down. It's about how many people you can lift up. At Ram, our calling is to build game-changing trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at your Island Pizza Hut.
Superspeed your life with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet. Get symmetrical upload and download speeds up to 5 gigs. Get started with Fiber 500 at $145 a month, Fiber 1 gig at $215 a month, or Fiber 5 gig at $299 a month. Plus, get 2 SuperPod 6Es with any plan, and a free EcoFlow River 3 and bonus welcome kit with 1 gig and 5 gig plans. Experience tomorrow's islands today with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet.
Introducing GTA Air Fiber. Air Fiber uses next-gen wireless technology to bring an ultra-fast and super reliable internet connection to your home through the air. No wires required. With speeds of up to 500 megabits per second that cable and satellite can't match. Now, the whole family can stream, game, download, and surf the web like never before. Elevate your connection with GTA Air Fiber. Call us or visit gta.net today.
Hey, Lise, what's in the bag? A barbecue bacon QPC from McDonald's.
Oh, you mean the Angel Reese special? I'll play you for it.
I've been waiting for you, OG. And if I win, McDonald's on me. But you know my game, right?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Let them know. Oye, vámonos. Let's get it. I got something for you, Aaliyah. All right, let me see it. Let me see it.
Now she blocked it.
Yo, Stewie, when it takes the bag. Golly. Right here with you. Right here with you. Nothing but net. Get the Angel Reese special at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
GU Self Storage, located in Harmon next to McDonald's, offers a variety of storage units. With rates starting as low as $95 per month, we offer complimentary use of dollies, push carts, Pines hand trucks, and pallet jack, with a fully covered loading and unloading areas and ADA accessible units. We offer 24-hour CCTV surveillance monitoring, alarm, and individual pin-coded gate and door access, because your safety is our priority. GU Self Storage, voted Pika's Best in 2024. Call 671-648-7867 today.
There's an oratorical contest coming up from our friends at DYA. It happens on April 2nd and 3rd from 6 to 9. Make sure to check it out because it's happening at the Guam Congress Hall. Everybody, the theme is Innovation and Technology Shaping Tomorrow. You are invited to the 57th Annual Charger Day over at UOG. Make sure to wear UOG green. Make sure to wear the colors. Make sure to have a good time. Live music, campus tours, art exhibits, everything is happening on March the 6th. And the Micronesian Conservation Coalition is having their 4th Annual Ocean Gala. This happens at the Hyatt on March 15th. The 10th anniversary of the MCC is happening, and we are celebrating the very fine staff there and the work that they do. News Bites each and every day.
Now to your Cold Stone Creamery birthday clip shoutouts, which you can submit on KUAM.com.
Juan King, happy birthday to the best daddy. And that is an amazing title and certainly well-deserved. Juan, congratulations for that. We love you so much, say Olivia Ray and Ari Reese. Happy birthday to you, Juan. And Adrian Hernandez wishing the happiest birthday to our beautiful, kind-hearted Adrian. You fill our lives with love, laughter, and joy, and we love you. Your family is giving you a whole bunch of exclamation points, and that, my friend, is when you know it's for real.
Estigui idzan midzu primetime show si Zeus maasi put in inaga guahi si dasni Cruz Lingus na fansafu hamzu zagosa iponi.
Expanding our capabilities to defend the island, the tip of the spear. Half a day, I'm Nick Delgado. You're watching The Hub, where America's stories begin. The military recently invited the media and the public to Anderson Air Force Base flight line to witness for themselves the personnel and the aircrafts involved in this year's Cope North exercise. Take a look.
Happy with everything that we were able to take away from these tactics and techniques from this one. And then, of course, the KC-135 and the F-16s that played just a huge role in that.
Could you tell us a little bit about the operation, the Cope North? When did it start? It's ending today, and then how operations went this year.
So first things first, our Cope North 2025, it began February 3rd, and it goes until February 21st. So this is we've been doing Cope North for over 47 years. So this is a really huge step for us because in the past Cope North, what we focus on is ACE, which is that Agile Combat Employment. It's a very huge deal here because in Guam, we are the image of ACE. We are the spokes and the hubs and locations. And this year was really, really amazing because we were able to take all this new techniques and tactics and implement them with 5th gen capabilities with the F-35s. So it's always amazing to work with our allies and partners because we're able to take those tactics and techniques that are specific to their aircraft and then learn and regrow and actually take that back to their home units. So I think that everybody is able to take away that information and be able to take away those tactics properly.
So what's the point of the exercise?
Point of exercise is number one, to always practice interoperability. So we're looking at this COPE North exercise as a way for us to truly hone in on what we know as a U.S. Air Force and then hone in what we know of the Royal Australian Air Force and the Japanese Air Self-Defense Force. So in the end, it's always about working hand in hand, learning about interoperability, working about those techniques, learning how we can grow together as a unit, and being able to, essentially work towards the free and open Indo-PACOM.
How does it benefit? How does it benefit the region and the island?
It's first and foremost is always going to be, again, going back to the interoperability, is being able to work together. We have different aircraft, we have different techniques, we have different capabilities that we go about our daily operations, and we host exercises large enough like this. We're able to actually learn new things and learn those tactics, and maybe in some cases benefit more from that, right? So we may be thinking that we're doing something incredibly well, and then we can learn something new from the RAF that we'll then be able to take from us and actually implement not just here, but beyond our bases.
So what are some of the new things that you're learning here, especially different from the previous year since it's an annual thing?
Absolutely. So previously mentioned, what we mainly focused on was ACE. So if those of you that were here in COPE North 2024, what we were looking at is working out of spokes, hubs, locations. We had a lot more carriers, a lot more heavy aircraft coming in and out of here. So now what we're able to do is then take those capabilities, working on the hubs and ACE concepts, and now taking that away in COPE North 2025 and looking at how the 5th gen capabilities can now enhance interoperability across the entire air. So we're looking at air superiority in all capacity.
So how many were in training right now, including with the allies?
So we had about a total of 62 aircraft participate in COPE North 2025. You're looking at about 2,300 participants, and we're still closing out some of the numbers, but we are looking about 2,400 sorties within the past 3 weeks. Sorties being flights. So we're definitely getting after the mission here during COPE North 2025, and we're pretty happy with how things kind of go forward with it.
And the airspace that you guys covered out here in this operation, can you give us a little bit more on how things went with respect to your sorties and anything that you can add to that?
I mean, obviously, can't go into too much of what the actual flights and missions and sorties look like, but I will say that kind of taking away all the key factors and all the information that we took, I think we're really happy and content with where we are with COPE North 2025 and the information that we're able to share with one another. And we're always happy to have our allies and partners out here. It's always a blessing to be able to connect with them, work with them, and just grow together in the Indo-Pacific.
I think working like this with the allies is very important, especially with the ongoing tensions we have in the region.
I can't speak to that, but I can say, we always enjoy having our partners out here, allies and partners. We have worked with Royal Australian Air Force in the past. We have worked with the Japanese Air Self-Defense Force. We have these very large exercises, Valiant Shield, COPE North, Mobile Garden, and we always have a great time with them, and we always feel like we're walking away with something beneficial.
Hey, your final message to the people of KUAM, just in light of all the noise they might have heard.
F-35s are a little bit louder than I think what they're used to, but we would want to ensure that we do appreciate all the support out there, and that we are working towards an end goal here and making sure that we're uniting with our allies and partners. We're just grateful that you guys are out there and supporting us in any capacity.
What are one or two of the bigger differences of this operation compared to the others you mentioned?
For COPE North 2024? So COPE North 2023 and 2024 was going back to that keyword ACE, Agile Combat Employment. So very big keyword there, because again, that what we like to say is there's a lot of ocean out here in the Pacific. Lots of ocean. So Guam plays a strategic role and important value in that. And so whenever our previous COPE Norths used to focus on getting these aircrafts out here and working out of these spokes and hubs and going forward and working out of them, this one we worked generally out of Anderson Air Force Base. So we didn't necessarily work on the ACE. We changed that and focused more on that 5th gen capabilities and working with those techniques and tactics.
What can you say about the future of operations, maybe for the next Cope North exercise?
Oh, I wish I could answer that, but unfortunately that's a little bit out of my pay grade. I do think that with everything, with the Indo-Pacific Theater and how we're moving, I think our efforts will remain the same in terms of interoperability and hoping for a free and open Indo-Pacific.
Anything you can mention about some of the things that you learned during this year's exercise?
I think that there's always some things to learn, at least from our parts. I think that's the greatest part about learning and growing in the United States Air Force is we constantly work with our allies and partners. So we're constantly taking new information from them and vice versa. So getting the opportunity to speak to them about capabilities, speak to them about new training opportunities. Like I said, you have 3 different F-35s and each pilot flies those F-35s differently. So if there's a way that we can share those techniques and tactics and walk away with a little bit more information than we started with, I think it's always a win.
Previous exercises you guys worked on other islands like in the CNMI, was that the case this year or was it just focused on Guam?
It was focused on Anderson Air Force Base mainly. So all the F-35s did fly out of Anderson Air Force Base the entire time.
Will there be other trainings within the CNMI as well?
I can't speak to that. I can just speak to the Cope North portion of it. But I can say that Anderson Air Force Base is unique because we are constantly hosting exercises. And so going back to Cope North, Valiant Shield, Mobility Guardian, those exercises will continuously take place, and I expect Cope North 2026 to kind of have the same impact as well.
What about on the community side of today's event? Like you mentioned, you have a lot of other visitors that will be coming in here shortly.
No, absolutely. So we love hosting this event. It's always a very fun event for us. As you know, we don't have any organic aircraft here at Anderson Air Force Base. So be able to have this many aircraft is always a really cool opportunity because we want to bring people out here and to see them and be able to connect with some of the air crew here and understand how we work and how our mission goes about. And so we invited local schools, we invited some of the DEO schools, we invited those with base access to come out here and just be able to connect with our allies and partners, connect with the air crew, connect with us. And it's exciting because you get to see little kids' faces light up because they get to see perhaps their dad in a flight suit that, they don't really know that their dad is what he does, right? So we're always excited to open that up community and just enhance those relationships as well. We have over 1,000 students coming out here today. So a very big win and very excited to see all those kids out here.
So 1,000 plus participants are those coming out today?
So that was 1,000 plus students. So we're expected to have almost 2,500 people out here today, give or take some. Last year was around 2,000, 2,500 people. So we're pretty excited to see those numbers rise.
What's the fastest aircraft?
The fastest, you're going to be looking at the F-35. The F-35 is absolutely going to be the fastest out here. Like you said, you've been hearing them all for the past 3 weeks. They've been they're very, very loud. They're going to be one of the fastest aircraft out here. It is a no-fly day, so unfortunately you won't be able to see them, but you'll probably see them in the upcoming days as they head out of here.
What about agility? Which would they be also the same as far as capabilities in the air?
I mean, you're comparing apples and oranges essentially. I like to think that all of our aircraft have that same agility, right? The United States Air Force has that air power at all times. But you're really going to be looking at the F-35 and the F-16, absolutely. There's going to be some of the fastest aircraft out here. And then, of course, you have the B-1 Lancer, which just provides that air superiority and a different capability.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
NBC's Wednesday primetime lineup comes into focus with Vision Express. Fast, fashionable, focused.
KUAM TV8, first on Guam.
Tell us about your involvement in Cope North.
So we brought a contingent of 8 F-35s to fly 12 sorties a day, 2 waves of 6 aircraft. We've been flying in both blue and red air missions, integrating with the USAF, USMC, US Navy and the JASDAF, flying a variety of different kind of mission sets.
What's it been like working with the other allies and the other partners in the military during this exercise?
It's great. We have quite a history of exercising with the US Marine Corps, the US Navy and the US Air Force, but more recently with the JASDAF as well. The squadron that's here from the JASDAF, the 301st, 75 actually has a sister squadron relationship with the squadron. We've worked with them in Japan previously on an exercise called Bushido Guardian. So we've already had some level of personal interaction and professional relationship there, which we've just strengthened again through this exercise.
Is this your first time being part of this exercise here on island?
For me personally, it is, yeah. But Australia and previously Hornets, but F-35s, we've had quite an involvement with Cope North for a long time. I've just never had the opportunity to come out.
Cool. May I ask a question? Any challenges that you faced during this time? I'm sure you guys are well versed in your craft, but just curious about any challenges you face, how you cope with that, or how you guys handled that, or just things like that. Mainly on the logistics and maintenance front. Being away base presents challenges. We can't take a whole raft of spare parts and things like that. So when we have things on the aircraft that need to get fixed, it's just a bit of a longer process. What has been really cool though is we've worked on a maintenance front really closely with the Japanese and with the US counterparts, and we've been able to do some interchangeability and interoperability work with them, so us looking at servicing and doing minor work on their aircraft and them doing the same on ours. That's awesome, thank you for that. Is there any language barriers or challenges with that at all, or you guys have assistance with that? There is a little bit. I'm very impressed with the Japanese and their ability to speak English. The accent is a little bit hard to get through sometimes. But we brought interpreters with us to help with that language barrier. So, you know, it hasn't actually been much of an issue on the ground. That's awesome. That's good. Thank you so much. No worries.
What are other challenges that you overcame during this exercise versus the other exercises you had, especially because this is your first time doing this here on island?
So it's the first time the F-35s have worked as closely together as they are on this exercise. So that just required a lot of coordination and planning before we got here, which was done really well. So I guess that was a planning challenge more than an execution challenge. In execution, a little bit of inclement weather occasionally that we didn't really predict. We've managed to just negate that through holding extra fuel reserves and things like that. There's a lot of aircraft getting airborne every day, and so it's a continual work on making sure that we execute safely, having only the 2 runways available to us here unless we divert to GUAM International, required a lot of work with air traffic and the mission planners to make sure that we're coming back in a sensible way and not overloading the airfield.
I was also told communication also could have been a little bit of a challenge as well.
Yeah, sometimes. Like the accent, as I said, is a little bit challenging. You've got an Australian talking to a Japanese and American counterparts airborne. But from my experience, I've flown about 6 missions here and it's been workable.
Why is it important for the RAAF to practice working together with the US and Japanese air forces?
Well, we have kind of our trilateral level engagements across the board, but it's really important for Australia to strengthen our relationships that we have with Japan and the US. This is a great opportunity to do it at that trilateral level. One of the things that I take away from all of these exercises, though, is that personal relationships you build matter a lot. So whenever you rock up unannounced and haven't met anyone, there's a little bit of time to get used to each other. But like I say, we worked with the 301st previously, and straight away, our aircrew are interacting and engaging over and above what we would do without these sort of exercises. So I really do think those personal relationships we build here carry a lot of weight and they last a long time.
Thank you.
Great answers. Thank you so much.
How confident are you in just keeping with regard to working with the allies here? How confident are you in the safety that the military provides to the region in light of these exercises?
As in, like, the safety of us conducting the exercise? Yeah, absolutely. I'm more than happy. We speak a common language, we plan together, we debrief together. We've had some minor emergencies airborne and they've all been handled really, really well. So yeah, it's almost seamless.
As especially during the times of, I guess, there's the security threats looming over the island with Korea and China. Were you guys well versed in that as well?
We are. What we're here to do really is just to build our friendship and our relationship with Japan and the US, and kind of, I don't know, build those engagements so that we are fully interoperable and fully comfortable working together across a raft of different mission sets.
Is there any other ways other than during your exercises, are there any other like social icebreaker exercises you guys had as well? How was that, if any?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So that comes back to that personal relationship thing I was talking about before. And so, yeah, after work, normally it starts in the debrief. After we've formally debriefed the mission, there's a bit of just discussion about, how we went. And then, yeah, informally, we've had plenty of opportunities to have some social functions together. It's been really, really good.
Okay, good. That's good to hear.
So, other than the personal relationships that you're building with your allies, what is the biggest takeaway from these missions that you guys have learned versus the other years?
There's a few. I'd say the way we're able to seamlessly integrate from a tactical execution perspective. So we're all on the same page for tactics, which sounds easy, but isn't actually that easy to get to that level. From a maintenance perspective, like I said, the level at which our maintenance teams were working together to help each other out was really impressive. Once again, that's often hindered by policy barriers, but we were able to get through those this time around. And then from an Australian perspective, like an Australian F-35 perspective, operating a way base and operating to someone else's kind of rule set is sometimes challenging. It's been really good here. We've had great support from the base. And we were able to do our first employment of some of our small diameter bombs, GBB-39. So we dropped 64 of those in the first few days of the exercise here, which we hadn't done in Australia prior to this. So doing that away base as well was a really good experience for our logistics chain and our maintenance personnel to work through those challenges.
I heard that the F-35 is among the fastest here on the flight line. Can you talk to us a little bit about what it's like being in there and just...
Yeah, it's not quite as fast as the F-16, but it is pretty quick. The speed is one element of it, but to be honest, it's the sensors that the aircraft has and the ability for it to do a lot of work in the background to show you like a really simplified picture in the cockpit. And its ability to share information is really, really important as well. So we're focusing a lot on integration. We call it a 5th generation platform. The Hornets and F-16s we'd refer to as 4th generation. We did a lot of work integrating 4th and 5th generation platforms together to really maximise what we can get out of both the platforms. And it's down to the jet's ability to share information and fuse it, which is the really cool part. So yeah, speed's one thing, but there's a few other things to it as well.
Okay. I guess what would you say to the people of Guam in the weeks that they've heard you guys in our skies? And
well, thanks for the hospitality for a start. It's a fantastic training opportunity for us. We've had great support from the base. It's been really nice to see Guam. I've never been here before. It's a beautiful place to be. And then the airspace that we've been operating in has been really good for us to go and get the tactical execution that we wanted. So thank you.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
New year, new me. A year of possibilities starts now, and it all begins at Kmart. From health to home, we got everything you need to start fresh and thrive in the new year. Kickstart healthy habits with pantry essentials and nutritious options for your family. Keep your home sparkling with cleaning solutions designed to make life easier and fresher. Looking to crush your fitness goals? Find workout gear and activewear to get you moving. Need to revamp your style? Check out our newest apparel for the whole family. And for the heart of your home, discover appliances and home goods to make your life easier and more comfortable. Busy families, moms on the go, and everyone in between. Kmart is here for you. A fresh start is just one shopping trip away. Kmart. New year, new me, a year of possibilities. Find it all at Kmart.
I'm a weapons systems officer on the B-1B.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the aircraft, and is it involved in Cope North exercise?
So we're not exactly involved with Cope North. We're actually out here supporting Bomber Task Force 25-1. So that's Air Force Global Strike Command's Bomber Task Forces. We go out and support AORs and their commanders' intents.
What kind of benefit does your mission provide to the region?
So we're out here 25-1 to support Indo-PACOM and their commanders. So we're out here to integrate and support with, I guess, local nations out here in the AOR.
Can you tell me a little bit about the specs of the B-1?
So the B-1B is a supersonic all-weather swing-wing bomber.
Supersonic?
Yeah. So we can go about 900 miles an hour. It carries up to 75,000 pounds of bombs. We can go anywhere in the world.
Wow. And what's it like just being involved in today's event?
Oh, it's awesome. I love doing community outreach stuff like this, introducing people to the plane that have never seen it, people that have seen it before.
Yeah. And you're based on Guam as now, right?
So we are temporarily deployed out here, yes, in support of Bomber Task Force 25-2 or 25-1.
How's the experience been for you?
It's awesome. This is my third time being deployed to Guam. It's always a beautiful island to visit. People are always welcoming. It's a great time.
Vamos a hacer maldades, vuelvo yo te traje. Pago allá el mahones si no baila pa' que sale. Aquí están mis anormales. Que cabrón, tú mueves ese nalga. Esto es pa' las nenas nuevas, pa' los nenes, pa' la vida.
Ellen, what's it like, I guess, experiencing this with the family?
Oh, it's really, really unique. I mean, there's not many places in the world that you can experience something like this. Seeing all the different planes, and not only the U.S. Air Force planes, but also from all these other countries. Just barely when we walked in, we saw one of the Japanese planes, and the Japanese pilot was speaking to us in English and telling us about his plane and when it was started in the 1960s, and then I said, wow, it looks pretty shiny and new, and he laughed. But you know, it's really fascinating to see the way that they keep these up so well, especially being in this very humid climate that is really harsh on the equipment. So yeah, it's incredible to see the hard work that all these men and women do to maintain and preserve. And I mean, it makes us all feel very patriotic.
Very much.
It's incredible.
And now you get to see up close all the loud roaring that you might have heard over the past few weeks, huh?
Oh, definitely. So actually, the three of us, we have a mom's walking club. Okay. So there's ArcLight Park right across the street from the runway, and the last few weeks it's been pretty hard on us because we haven't been able to walk because it's been too loud.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, enjoy, guys. Anything you want to say, buddy? Are you having fun?
Do you like seeing the airplanes up close? Did you get to look up inside the belly of the plane? It's pretty cool.
Yeah. What's your name?
Can you give him a thumbs up? Yeah. What's your name? Can you say Juju? His name is Juju. He's almost 4.
All right. Well, happy early birthday, Juju, and have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for your time. Are you having fun out here?
Yes!
Yeah? Just wave at the camera. Say hi. So what made you guys decide to come out here and check out this?
So lately she's been hearing all of the aircrafts flying and she looks for every single one of them, so I would love for her to come see them up close.
Yeah, what's the experience like for you?
Oh, I love it, absolutely. This is something I've always dreamed of doing, and here we are, we get the experience of seeing them up close.
It's like being in a major motion picture.
It is, it's surreal, honestly.
Can I get your names?
My name is Samantha and this is Paisley.
Last name?
Garcia.
All right, Samantha, thank you.
Bye,
Paisley. And these exercises are conducted every single year, so only time will tell the capabilities and what the operation actually means for our region. Thank you so much for watching The Hub, where America's stories begin. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
NBC's Wednesday primetime lineup comes into focus